Hey everybody, this is Chad Pullins, lead pastor at Crossroads Church. I wanted to take a couple of moments today and kind of just unpack what we're doing with our missional communities. They're going to be launching this fall. You know, fall's a time of year where things are always changing. We see it, as far as the weather goes, the leaves on trees, going back to school. It's just one of those times. And one of the words that we like to use at Crossroads is morph. We feel like we always want to morph into whatever's next for us in our journey. Because here's the reality. As we morph, it's actually part of the process of growth. And we're intentional about it because here's the reality. Growth is the way in which we know that we're alive. It's necessary to life. Now, that doesn't mean that it's comfortable, because often growth is not comfortable. And so one of the things that we want to do is we want to embrace the reality that it's not always going to be comfortable to grow, but the effect of not growing actually is much worse than growth, because if you're not growing, you're not alive, because growth is life. And so there's a couple of things that have been happening over the last couple of years, and one of those is that we really felt like that in order for us to live into our vision, that God wanted us to be a family on mission, and particularly to be groups of families on mission, bringing transformation to our city. That these families on mission would be the heartbeat of our vision of transformation through Jesus, not Sunday morning. And so last year we made a morph in the fall where we took our small groups. We just did an experiment. We took our small groups and we combined some of them into extended families, groups of 20 to 50 people, where they were small enough to care and large enough to dare. And we developed these extended families. We saw from like about 15% of the folks at Crossroads who were involved in the small group. That number rose to about 55% of our people last year were involved in these extended families. And it was great. We had an awesome time, enjoyed it, fellowshipped. It was fantastic. But yet that wasn't just the destination. That was a part of this continual morph into allowing God to create these families on mission. So this fall, we're going to take another morph. And the morph this fall is we're going to transition these life groups, these extended families that were primarily based on fellowship, and we're going to morph them into missional communities. Basically, communities of people on mission, a family on mission in a particular way to bring God's kingdom into some place, some vehicle within our city. And so these missional communities, they'll have a rhythm of up, in, and out. Well, they'll be searching and celebrating their relationship with God, that up dimension. And they'll have an in dimension where they'll actually eat and hang out together and have family night together, much like last year, and really develop those relationships within the missional community. But then they're going to have an intentional, organized out function, where this group of people, this missional community, will be focused on bringing God's kingdom to a particular place within our city. And that out function is what will drive that group of people. So that group of people that's there, that family, they're all going to be family together because the glue that holds them together is the call that God's given them to bring His kingdom to a particular place within our city. Now, we believe, and what we're really excited about, is that when you have these missional communities, these families on mission, when you have them in different places in a city, bringing God's kingdom to places in the city, what it actually does is it begins to create a kingdom movement, much more than any Sunday morning could do. And so what we want to do at Crossroads is we want to bring transformation to our city. And we believe that will happen through a kingdom movement. And that a kingdom movement, as we read Scripture and look how the kingdom has moved over time, actually creates momentum and creates movement at a much greater level and greater acceleration through these extended families, these families on mission. And then we're going to see Sunday morning morph into a place where these families on mission come together to celebrate what God is doing in their lives. So we're so excited about this. We're going to be launching into it beginning this Sunday and kind of unpacking it for the next several weeks. And in October, everyone will have a chance to pick a family, pick a mission thereafter, and be a part of bringing God's kingdom to someplace in our city, to be a part of creating this kingdom movement. All right, take care. I'll talk to you later. Peace!